We all think we know Ganesha, right? The beloved elephant-headed god who clears our path when we're in a jam. But what if I told you that's just the tip of the iceberg, that there's a much deeper, more cosmic identity hidden away in an ancient text? Yeah, let's dive into that.
So you see this image, the remover of obstacles, and it's super comforting, for sure. But some ancient scriptures flip that completely on its head. They ask a wild question. Is he just clearing the path for you, or is he the path itself, and you, and everything else around you? Kind of blows your mind, doesn't it?
And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical debate. Nope, this idea comes from a very real, very powerful text. It's a specific scripture from the Atharva Veda that basically takes our common understanding of Ganesha and turns it up to 11.
It's called the Ganapati Atharvashirsha, and it's not just a bunch of pretty hymns. Think of it more like a spiritual user manual. The sources describe it as a direct roadmap to cosmic consciousness, a piece of spiritual tech, if you will, that makes this huge claim. Ganesha is the ultimate reality.
Okay, so this is where we get to the heart of it. This is the big idea, the cosmic declaration that changes everything. And boom, this is the line, the one that changes the entire game. The text says, Tavema sarvam kalividam brahmazi, which means you are indeed all this Brahman. It's not saying Ganesha's like God or a part of God. It's saying he is the whole shebang, the totality of everything. So you might be asking, what on earth is Brahman? Well, it's a huge concept, but think of it like this. It's the ultimate reality, the source code of the universe, the very fabric of everything that exists. It's often described as Sat-Chit-Ananda, which is just a way of saying pure existence, pure consciousness, and pure bliss all rolled into one.
So here's the kicker. When this text says Ganesha is Brahman, it's giving him the ultimate cosmic job description. He's not just a problem solver. He's the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer. The whole cycle. The text says he's beyond time, beyond our normal states of waking or dreaming, and he's even the 5 elements themselves. Earth, water, fire, you name it. Basically, there's nothing that isn't him. Okay, so if Ganesha is this huge, all-encompassing cosmic force, how do you even begin to connect with that? I mean, it sounds impossible, right? Well, the text gives us a key, a very specific key. It's a sound, a seed mantra that's said to hold his entire essence.
And that sound is Gam. Simple, right? But according to the sources, this isn't just a nickname. It's a primordial vibration. It's said that just by chanting it, you're literally purifying your mind, your body, and even the space around you.
But check this out. It gets even cooler. The text actually breaks down the mantra like a piece of sacred code. The Ga sound, that's Ganesha's form, linked to the root chakra, our foundation. The humming sound, that's the formless, infinite Brahman we just talked about. And that little dot, the bindu, that's the source point of the entire cosmos. It's literally the universe in one tiny syllable. Wow.
So we've got the big idea and the cosmic sound. Now let's get practical. How do you actually use this? Because remember, this text isn't just philosophy to think about. It's a hands-on manual. And the text makes some pretty bold promises. It says if you chant this in the evening, you wipe away the karmic junk from your day. Do it in the morning and you clear out whatever happened overnight. It's like a spiritual reset button. And if you stick with it, the text says you can become totally free from all that negative baggage. And it's not complicated. The sources lay out a really simple how-to. Find a clean, quiet spot, light a ghee lamp, maybe offer a sweet or some durva grass. The most important part is just to chant with sincerity and really focus, and then end with a simple prayer for peace. Om Shanti 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 Hi. Okay, now for the part everyone loves. The benefits. This isn't just about feeling good. The text has a whole section called the Falashruti that lists out the tangible results, and it's a real journey from deep spiritual cleansing all the way to, well, becoming a master of your own destiny. First up, it talks about purification on a massive scale. The text claims that sincere chanting can release you from what are called the 5 great sins. I mean, in this tradition, these are the heaviest of the heavy karmic burdens. So that's a huge statement about just how powerful this is. But it's not just about wiping the slate clean. It gets even more incredible. The Upanishad straight up promises that if you recite this 1,000 times with real intention, you can achieve something called siddhi. That's basically spiritual mastery, where you can fulfill any righteous wish you have because you've dissolved the karmic blocks that were in your way.
And what I love about this is that it's not about escaping the world. It's about mastering it. The text says this practice helps you nail all 4 major goals of life. We're talking dharma, or living a righteous life, artha, which is wealth and prosperity, kama, fulfilling your desires in a good way, and finally, moksha, total liberation. It covers everything. It even gets super specific, like a spiritual recipe book. It connects certain offerings to certain outcomes. For example, offer durva grass, and you're said to attract wealth, like Kubera, the god of treasure. Offer parched grains, and you get fame and a brilliant mind. And if you've got a really big wish you want fulfilled, the text says 1,000 modikas, those little sweet dumplings, is the way to go.
Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? But it's ancient. The big question is, does this stuff actually work for people today in our crazy modern world? Well, the source material we looked at shares some pretty wild modern-day stories.
Listen to this. It's a quote from a Dr. Vinith Pulavarayar, who teaches this stuff. He says he's seen atheists, people who don't believe in any of it, start reciting this text and within weeks become best buddies with Ganapati. He says they feel like they are literally talking to him. How incredible is that?
And the list just keeps going. He talks about students going from D's to A's, shy introverts suddenly becoming national-level debaters, people breaking free from serious struggles like alcohol dependence and OCD, and across the board, a noticeable spike in just raw intelligence and wisdom, all from this one practice.
So you got to wonder, what's the science behind this? Well, the sources connect it to yogic principles. The idea is that the specific vibrations of the chant activate your root chakra, the Muladhara. This is your energy center for stability and security. And when that's stable and grounded, the theory is that something like half of your material, real-world problems just sort of solve themselves.
So, when you boil it all down, the ultimate secret here is a total mind shift. We go from seeing Ganesha as this friendly helper who removes obstacles for us to understanding that he is the very reality that the obstacles are made of. The problem and the solution are the same energy. And that leaves us with a pretty deep question to chew on, doesn't it? If this one divine source can show up as an entire universe, a fierce warrior, and a sweet little kid, what amazing divinity is just sitting there inside of us, waiting to be seen.
Hey, if you enjoyed going this deep with us, you're definitely going to want to subscribe to The Explainer. We love digging into these kinds of topics and making them easy to understand. We put out new explainers every week. Thanks so much for joining us.